We're live, guys. We're live. Welcome to Almost Live, everyone. I know it's been maybe a couple weeks. I was traveling. I had some duties, duties to take care of. That's what I had to do. So let me just adjust this stuff real quick. Whatever. Welcome back. Another week, another live. I haven't posted videos in a while. Just been working on some inner work, as they say. I don't know. It sounds a little like, a little cheesy for me. I got to remember to talk into the mic because sometimes I forget. But this week, these last few weeks, it's just been like everything's been on pause while I've just been doing the spiritual work, I guess. That's really it. If you haven't been saved, that's going to be a hard thing to understand. But if you have, you can't really ignore it. So that's what I've been working on. So I think maybe summers will be, these next few months are going to be really productive. Some pretty big decisions have been made, but then also some are still need to be made. And so I'm still trying to navigate all that. But in the meantime, I think the content will be taking a big step up soon. I'm kind of over the whole sub 1 minute or even 1 minute videos where it's just like talking into the camera about something interesting or something you might not know. But I think I'm, it's funny because I thought about this in January, going that next step and making full on YouTube videos for real. And for whatever reason, it takes about 6 months of percolating in my mind before I actually take that step and reaching the 6 month mark. So, and so it's weird. Sometimes all the pieces have to come together until I don't know how to describe it, man. It's just like I think about these things for a long time, and then finally when I do it, I get to a point where I'm frustrated that I didn't start already, and then I do, and then it just like kind of becomes routine, and I can just crank them out really, really fast. So it's not a shortage of ideas. Plenty of ideas I can make videos on. It's about execution, and so I kind of want to step up. I don't want to do these just like talking to a camera. Even these live streams, they're cool too, but I kind of want to elevate this stuff too. I think maybe this can become something bigger or more, just more. I don't know how to describe it, but I have a hunch that there could be more to this. And so I know I've been writing scripts for like 6 months. No, probably closer to 9 months now. And then now I'm getting into the whole like writing a full on. I'm getting to a point where I'm writing so much that it's not going to fit into one video, one sub 130, sub 1 minute video. So I'm realizing I'm getting to the point where I have to actually start putting together full on YouTube scripts. So look forward to that, actual like pieces, not in the sort of video essay type, but like saying the things that should be said, but maybe people don't have quite the words to say it, but also entertaining, but also informative, but maybe even some funny in there too. We'll see what's gonna happen with those. But I keep talking about these ideas and I just don't do them because it's just the timing isn't right. I don't know. It's just like it's not my timing. So I kind of just have to wait. But in the meantime, I'm kind of tired today, so I'm just gonna jump into the TikTok stuff. Normally, I like to give you guys an extra 20 minutes or so, but I have a few topics prepared, but I need some help tonight. I don't quite have it today. And why is my whatever? Let's add the TikTok boys. The TikTok boys, you know what it is. And I'm back home finally, so what is going on here? Oh, filters. Here's the thing. All right, let's see. Original. Can we adjust? Oh, you can adjust. Oh, that's so cool. TikTok's really stepping up their game when it comes to this stuff. Let's see if we can drop it a little bit. Let's get the ambiance here on Sunday night. Let's get the ambiance here a little bit. That's looking good, guys. That's looking good. All right, let's do. Actually, it's weird. Lighter skin actually works better on social media, weirdly enough. Well, I mean, I think it's obvious to most people if you told them, like, yeah, if you have a fair complexion, it's easier to get views. People, I don't know, man. People really do have their biases, and it's crazy. It'd be really here's how you know that there are at least colorism biases on social media. If there weren't, and they were equitable and fair when it comes to like skin tone and everything like that, you would see all these wokish social platforms bragging about it if their platform actually was like that, but it's not. So, but they don't. So you know that the stats are probably horrible, and they don't want to share it, which is fine. I mean, I get it. It is what it is. But it's just like it is misleading. I'm not gonna lie. Like, let me adjust here. Cool. Ah, dang. How do you adjust this? I wonder. Cool. I know this is terrible. This stuff isn't easy to use. Nope, too much. Screw it. Let's just go live. All right. You guys are just going to watch the recording. Sorry, I know. I'll put more effort into this stuff. I do have topics prepared for tonight. We have hardware design. So there's my future father-in-law came up with this idea for, I don't know if I should be sharing it here, but it's an electronics idea to be able to control multiple speakers at the same time, specifically Bluetooth ones from different manufacturers. Turns out there's a huge limitation with Bluetooth. We can talk about that if you guys want, but I've been looking into that, thinking about this idea for a long time, trying to figure out a way around this. So I'm gonna actually have to build some electronics, and I'm not even an electrical engineer. It's crazy. But you know, my attitude with most things in life is just like, you know, there's enough documentation out there that you can figure it out. If you're willing to slave at it for a while, a problem that you're completely unfamiliar with or a field that you have no experience in, if you're willing to read enough and go through enough trial and error, you can figure it out. And that's how people used to learn, by the way. Like these days, people want everything like handed on a silver platter. Like, here's what you got to do. Then it's going to happen like this. Then it's going to happen like that. It's like, that's not problem solving. Problem solving in the real world is a lot of like, you're in a dark room with your hands out, trying to like find things, find the solution. That's what it feels like. And, you know, I had to deal with it even with these wallets I sell. Like, I had to try a bunch of materials to find the right thing that works that in the way I make them and stuff. And even these ones are having issues. But yeah. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Table Moments Live, where we talk about anything and everything. We try to avoid politics, but, you know, you guys drag me right back in. I try to get out, and you guys drag me right back in. I have topics. So hardware design, you don't have to be technical for that, but this face here attracts technical people. I don't know why, but it does. We could talk about respect. So like in the context of like parents and children and stuff like that. I was having this discussion with someone today. I think it's interesting. Like people, since you provide for someone, especially your kids, should they automatically respect you? And I have a different position on that. Different from most, I would say, but you guys can leave your opinions on that. Also, One Flesh, that's another topic. So the divorce lawyer guy, everyone knows who that is. He's making the rounds on social media and he's going through the podcast circuit, and clips are coming out. But essentially, I don't think people understand what marriage actually means, at least in the biblical sense, historically, like what you're signing up for. It's like one flesh, and what does that really mean? And I don't think people really understand that. I'm not saying it's a good deal. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm not saying it's something you should or shouldn't do. I'm saying understand what you're signing up for. And if you're not religious, I don't understand why you would get married. It doesn't even make any sense, because it's like you don't even believe in the idea that two people can become one flesh. So, yeah, you guys can give your opinions on that, but I don't know. It's just crazy to me. Like people don't even understand the origins of this stuff anymore. Let's see. Someone said hi here. Hey, K-E? I don't even know how to say your name. Jesus. Nice. Life, and I'm funny on occasion. Cool. How are you? Hey, Jessica Wilson. Hey, how's it going? Nice to see you here again. Well, I'm married and engaged. I believe in marriage. Yeah, but like, I don't even know what that means, believing in marriage. But I don't think people understand what they're signing up for when they get married. Because like these are biblical. It's a biblical idea. Like the whole one flesh, a man will leave his father and mother and become the whole thing. Like I could look it up if you guys want me to, but I mean, you guys know it. And this is where like this idea of spousal immunity comes from. Like, you know, your spouse can't be compelled to testify against you. It's because, as far as the law is concerned, you are considered the same person because it comes from the Bible. It's all, you know, I was thinking like lawyers should just read the Bible to understand where the foundations of law come from, at least in the Western world. Like, you don't have to be religious. You just understand where these come from. And the idea is just like, it's just crazy to me. I don't know. You guys have any opinions on the one flesh thing? Like, that's what it means. You're becoming one person, which is why, like, when men, and I get it, no one likes to become one flesh with somebody or get married to somebody and then it doesn't work out and then you lose half the stuff you came in with, which I don't think it actually works that way. But, I think it depends on the state too. But even the idea that you would lose half is like, yeah, it's unfair if you think about it as you two as being separate people. But when you understand what marriage is supposed to be, two people becoming one person, then you kind of have to, you're signing up to be, and then if you guys do divorce, then it's two people. If you were one person, you became two, how would you divide up your things? In half. It's just logical. I don't understand why people, I don't know, people just don't get it. So it's like, before you get married, understand what you're signing up for. And I'm not saying it makes sense for you. Always good. And you, I'm good. I'm good. As equal and become one soul together. Yeah. That's what it is. I don't understand why people don't understand. It's not even that. Like, the world will treat you as one person, at least legally speaking. That's why, like, I don't know. There's certain advantages that come with being married, but I mean, I don't think the advantages in the legal or financial sense is a good enough reason to get married. It's not. Like, you're signing up to become basically one person, one soul together, yeah, and even be treated as the same person. This is why, like, if someone tells a husband or a wife some secret, expect their spouse to know it too, because one flesh, you know? $500K plus or dinner with Jay-Z. I don't think I have anything in common with Jay-Z, so maybe I'll just take the money. What would I do with it? I don't care about Jay-Z. I don't, and not that I could use anything he could. What could he tell me? Sell drugs to the inner cities and then use that money to flip it into music, and then somehow people will forget the sins of my past. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Exactly. Don't marry someone who isn't equally yoked. Yeah, the equally yoked thing. And prenups for a reason. Yeah, I get it. You could do a prenup thing, but there's certain rules you have to follow with the prenup. If you love someone, you shouldn't do a prenup. Yeah, okay. If you care too much about stuff, then that's what a prenup is for. But I mean, I'm not going to be one of those people who are like, you know, if you really love them, then you don't need a prenup type of thing. I mean, if you have things to lose, if you're going in with a lot and you really want to know that they're there for you and you're public about it, that's the thing. That's a crazy thing about it. If you are a person of means, why are you public about it? Like, I don't know. It just never made sense to me. So honestly, I'm not going to tell people get a prenup, don't get a prenup. I don't know. That's up to you. If you have literally loved someone and not cheat or betray, LOL, the Jay-Z, to me, you trust and love your partner. Yeah, but at the same time, here's the thing. If you have so much stuff and you're attracting a certain type of person when you're public about what you have. If you're a person of means, regardless, male, female, I think women can fall into this trap too, who maybe, I don't know. It's just like when stuff of the world is involved, there are people who are like that, who can fake. And if you're a poor judge of character, then you could get yoked to someone unequally. And it's just like, what do you do? I mean, I don't know. Prenups. Here's the thing. If all the other things were, and I get it, the whole point of a prenup is to make it more fair, because it turns out it's like one gender who seems to benefit out of this and all that stuff. But I mean, that's people's personal decisions. I'm not trying, I haven't even thought about that, but I just do people understand what they're signing up for? Like, understand what you're signing up for. And if you're not religious, if you don't take this one flesh stuff seriously or one soul stuff, why? Why? Why are you getting married? It doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't make any sense for people. It doesn't even make sense for Muslims, by the way. Like, I know they want to pretend they're. I'm not trying to pick a fight with Muslims out here, right? But I'm just saying, like, their book isn't quite, I got a prenuptial. It was expensive. Really? A few thousand? Is that what it takes? Because you have to basically list all. I'm pretty sure you have to list everything that you own. So you can document what you came in with before the marriage, I think is the thing. If you don't mind sharing, like, how much it actually costs, though, Big Joe. I'm good. I want my stuff if I divorce only, unless there's kids. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. If people understood the sanctity of what they're doing, would divorce even be on the table? Because it's like the idea of a divorce doesn't even make sense when you've become one flesh with somebody. That's why, like, I don't know. I've been reading the Bible a lot lately, so like this whole idea, you hear you read stories of Solomon marrying 700 wives, 300 concubines, and it's just like, bruh, what are you doing, man? Like, I get it. It's for like, they're like political. I'm sure a lot of them were political marriages, but on the other hand, his dad was kind of loose too. So I don't know. What's it? Bethesda. I always get the name wrong. I'm not all his things and money. I need love. I love the man I marry. Yeah. 3,500, but well worth it. Oh, okay. So did you have to exercise the prenup? I'm very curious, man. How did it go? Did everything just go smoothly because all the papers were signed and everything was? Because, like, in the event that us two who are becoming one flesh no longer are one flesh, it's like the way I like to imagine it. I don't even know if this is a good analogy or whatever, but like, imagine ripping one person apart. That's what a divorce should feel like, because that's what you've signed up for. Like, that's why it's crazy that the divorce rate's 50%. That's how people aren't taking this stuff as seriously as they should, or understand the origins of this stuff. Like, this is biblical, guys. It's crazy. Wow. Or amended or what? I don't know. It just protects my home, bank account, my retirement plan. Yeah. I think prenups, I don't know. I guess if you're older and you guys are getting married as older people, you guys are coming in with a lot of stuff. But I don't know. I've never been much to care about worldly possessions or anything. Obviously you need money, whatever, and you have your stuff. But I don't know. I've just never been attached to stuff like that. So yeah, I married an unequally yoked man. Facts. Prenup can be good. Yeah, that's sometimes. Yeah, things don't work out. Here's the thing, like, these are weird situations to find yourself in sometimes, and they're also painful too, because when you find you're unequally yoked, things don't work out as you hope they would. You can be. Here's the thing, I don't even care to make any definitive statements about marriage and finding the right woman or whatever and stuff, because I think I've been blessed. Like, we both feel like we've been blessed to find each other. I'm engaged, by the way. But at the same time, it's like, I find out, you notice a lot of these guys talk so confidently about their relationships, and then years later it blows up and it's like, oh, you were talking all this, whatever. I think it happened to someone recently. Who was it? Destiny, the idiot streamer with the blue hair, was talking all this stuff about, like, open relationships, whatever. Surprise, surprise, it blew up in his face. And it's just like, bruh. Like, so I don't want to be too confident about any of this stuff, but at the same time, understand what you're signing up for. At least look at the origins. She's from the Philippines and has nothing, but I love her. Dang. I want to make a joke, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. But I just walked away after 23 years. Dang. That's a Jordan right there. I just kept and took my stuff. Dang. I just got done humping. Okay. Dak Prescott is not the king. He says, my old account got banned. LOL, Celtics, NBA champs, four-leaf clovers. I got a ring with a picture of, I don't know who that is. I think I know who that is, some rapper. Oh, wow. No, I think he's just faking. I don't, but whatever. But yeah, that's something I've been thinking about, considering I'm like entering this process finally. In 6 months, I guess it will be official. Like I'm one flesh with somebody else, and I think it'll be interesting. Talking from that perspective, because like if you look at a lot of my old content, it's just like it was definitely before I was saved, so it definitely is harsh and rough, and I'm kind of mean. I'm not gonna lie. And now and I cursed a lot back then, and then now it's just like I don't know, tender-hearted. Maybe I don't even know how I would describe it. I think a part of it, I still got a part of that in me, but I also understand like when the Holy Spirit's strong, like I become a more gentle person, I would say. And so like, reading the Bible and understanding like the origins of like a lot of our society comes from this stuff. So it should be part of like the legal education that you got to read where this stuff comes from. Like the people who founded this country were Christians. You don't have to be Christian. You just understand where it comes from and where these ideas come from. Like for spousal immunity, that's from the Fifth Amendment. The Fifth Amendment, when people are in court giving testimony or whatever, and they're like, or in front of Congress usually, and they're like, I plead the fifth, I plead the fifth. That's what they're pleading, the Fifth Amendment. They're exercising their Fifth Amendment right not to self-incriminate. And this extends to your spouse too. It extends to your spouse because as far as the law is concerned, you are one flesh when you are married, your spouse. And so they can't compel your spouse, to testify against you. Now, they have the choice to. They can testify against you if they want to, but they can also exercise the right not to. And so that's from the one flesh idea. I don't know if people understand. This is where this stuff comes from. And so it's just crazy to me. Like people sign up for this stuff. They just jump through the hoops, not realizing what they're getting themselves into. And which is why it's just like, if you're not religious, if you don't understand this idea of one flesh and equally yoked and all that stuff, then why even bother getting married? I don't understand it. I don't get it. It's just like, which is why maybe a lot of guys are starting to understand, like, marriage doesn't make sense. And it wouldn't make sense if you're not religious. It doesn't make any sense at all. And I'm not just saying marriage is a bad thing. I'm just saying it's like, it does not make sense if you don't hold these values or take any of this stuff seriously. It's just like a signaling thing. Maybe if you want, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense at all. Maybe this isn't the month to be talking about it, but like, I don't know. It just kind of blows my mind a little bit. Just like, I stitched this, and I don't think even divorce lawyers, and I mean, I don't know. I can get in I could start ranting on incentives of people in the wedding industry, which I don't even like, by the way. I have this crazy idea. So I'm going to be married in 6 months. And don't worry, anyone who knows me who's watching this, yeah, there will be invitations. It's not going to be something like, I know I have a reputation for just doing things, and so does my fiance. So like, we'll let you know. But we have a date and everything. But I was thinking like, I don't know, the wedding industry just seems so fraudulent to me. Everything's about extracting as much money out of the couple, exploiting their love and care for each other to make a buck. And I'm just like, you know what? Screw that. Let me try doing this differently. So I kind of want to have a dope wedding, but then in a very cost-effective and cool way. And so I think it'd be interesting. I think I might have to be my own wedding planner, which is funny because like I recently went to a wedding and some guys and some of the groomsmen and I were talking and we were like, dang, we could totally do this. You're like, yeah, we could get a venue for this. We could source this from there, this there. We wouldn't have to spend the tens of thousands of dollars that they probably spent on that wedding we were at. We could probably like undercut them by half and still make hella money off of it. And so I'm thinking like maybe I can experiment with my own situation here and just like, no, things don't have to be exploitive, not anymore. And so it's like, Yeah, that'd be a really cool industry to disrupt. Like I even recently, a few months ago, I saw wedding invitations. Digital wedding invitations cost like 12 cents per send, I guess. Something crazy. Wait, no, I think it was higher than that. I think it was like a quarter. You paid a quarter to send a digital wedding invitation. Digital. Like it's not, it's an email, it's a link that you open and and there's these services that charge 25 cents. I'm just like, wow, this industry's full of scammers, bro. Even people who sell wedding rings and stuff, scams, complete scams. Like, man, that's easy disruption, guys. If any of you guys are interested in like a hustle where you can like make a lot of money, but also give a lot of value, I feel like if you can disrupt anything in the wedding industry, you got it. Hey man, have you ever heard of Jesus Christ and how he died on the cross for our sins? Yes, I have. And I know it to be true. I'm saved, dog. Jason. Have you heard of him? Sir, why are your hair negative? Why am I bald? Is that what you mean? I've been bald since my early 20s. And I've been shaving it since my 20s too. So it is what it is. Like, I'd never cared about my hair. So I just shave it off. I'm cool with that. I think a lot of men I get it. I don't know. I don't know what it's like because I don't know if I ever dated when I had hair. Did I? I don't know. I don't remember if I did, but I always shaved it. I always shaved my head, so I'm kind of used to it. Oprah Shankles. Oprah's Kinkles. I'm proud you believe and have been saved through the bro. You too, bro. Thanks for the answer. Hairlessness is a sign of high testosterone. Testosterone good for you. Why is high testosterone good? I don't know. I know people say that, but I feel like I have a lot of testosterone, but I mean, I don't know. It doesn't. It's like, I don't know. I can talk a lot about this stuff, but I honestly just don't care. But how are you guys doing? Oprah's Kinkles is a good username, though. I'm not gonna lie. That's a great username. I never liked Oprah growing up, man. Here's the thing. People think people on social media these days are frauds and they just say whatever and people just believe them. Guess what? That was a thing back then too. Even before social media, it was called Oprah. It was Oprah and all the spin-offs from the Oprah show. Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz, all the you see the reason why they put the doctor name in there is obviously for the social proof and whatever. But like, I bet you get work every night, if you know what I mean. Okay. I don't know what you mean, but okay. I'm going to take that as a compliment. I'm going to try to take that as a compliment, I guess. But yeah, what are you guys have anything on your mind? I have a few topics that I wrote down. So hardware design, if you guys want to talk about engineering and product design, which is a lot harder to do in the real world than it is doing it in the digital world. We could talk about that because I have a bit of experience and I'm actually might be in the process of building something. My biggest pet peeve are atheists. Why are they a pet peeve though? They're just so lost, man. You know what? Before you're saved, you're like, oh, you know what? They sound very cogent and intelligent. Man, they're making a lot of good points about where's the proof and all this stuff and the meaning of life. They don't really give you an answer, but they dance around it all the time. And then after you're saved, you realize they're idiots. They're idiots. It's like trying to explain to a 5-year-old what inertia is. They're like, huh? It's like, all right, you'll get there one day. Hopefully, God willing, you get there one day. But it's just like, dang. I feel sorry for there's this one guy. I stumbled on him. I don't know. He was having like I don't know. Yeah, he was having a discussion with Jordan Peterson or something. And obviously Jordan Peterson I don't think he's saved. Just based on the way he talks about religion, despite studying as much as he has. And he understands the truth and the usefulness of religion. He just hasn't quite made that leap yet, like his wife. But it's like he's having this discussion with an atheist. And I'm just like, and he's a young kid too. So I'm just like, This guy hasn't even lived life. And clearly he doesn't know what he's talking about because he's never asking for proof. Just doesn't make any sense to me at all. Dude, here's the thing. From an atheist point of view, like, you should be okay with people. Here's the thing. I'm not going to presume that you're the type of atheist who are like telling people they're stupid for believing in religion or whatever. Like, but you tend to see that kind of stuff on social media. I recently listened to this, like, I don't know who the atheist was, but it was also had Ayman Ali, who was an atheist and became Christian recently, I guess. And they're like having this conversation, but they're talking past each other, completely not understanding. I was thinking about this the other day, like, when you are aware of a higher power, it's like you look at the world differently. It's like, the way I like to think of it is like your sensors. You have your eyes, you have your ears, you have your sense of touch, you can taste, you can smell, but there's a whole, but that's very limiting in terms of like as measurement devices for our physical world. And when you understand that there could be a higher power, you've felt something higher than you, you've been saved or went through some spiritual experience. It's it's like an unlock. It's like you're calibrating to a whole new frequency that is not something that you can share with somebody who doesn't have that calibration setting yet. And so, yeah, you do sound stupid when you're trying to explain what Jesus did for you. Like, and all of us. Of course, it sounds crazy. Of course it sounds crazy. On the last stream, someone asked, what's the difference between religion and a cult? And I think it's a very fair comparison because there aren't very much differences. The only difference is God. The only difference. And I've noticed, like, all the people I've talked to who've been saved, they all have experiences where they were alone, or at least a lot of them had it. For me, I wasn't alone. I was with somebody, but it happened out of the blue. So it's like cults don't typically work that way, where you come to this answer automatically on your own or seemingly on your own. Instead, it's like some higher power working through you. And this is what they call as the Holy Spirit. So, like, yeah. What does the atheist think happens to us after death? That's a good question. Oprah's Kinkles, do you have any, what do you think happens after death? If you're still here, let me see. Nah, he's not here anymore. But that's I don't know. Like, that's a good question, but I mean, from a biological point of view. Oh, you are? I don't know why TikTok doesn't show this stuff, but yeah, interesting question. What is an atheist? What do you think happens to us after we're dead? And I have to be careful about the words I use here because, these streaming platforms are a little weird. After you're gone, what happens? Because, like, you can just say, I don't know, neither does a theist. All right, that's a good answer. Well, a theist does know. I mean, it depends on the theist you talk to. Like, Christians, like, if you're saved, there's a heaven. And, like, I think for any of the Abrahamic religions, they'll give you the same answer, heaven and hell. But you can't you can say that as an answer, but it's no proof to an atheist, though. And I get it. Like, I understand how crazy religious people can sound. I get it. But once you've experienced it, you can't deny it, And when people talk about, like, proof, what proof do you have that God exists? It's like, I have personal proof. Because I literally transformed overnight. It was a crazy thing. I felt my own funeral and then also my own rebirth. Like, that's what it felt like. And then I had a witness who was there to see it. And so it's just like, I can't show you that. Like, I can't. I can talk about it. And that's the thing. Like, this is why I don't know if you can come to it on your own, or you just have to be open to the idea, probably. Nobody knows knowledge is access to truth. Who is to say heaven is a truth? Yeah. I mean, these are fair questions. Like, yeah. Wait, he doesn't know what happens after death, but he knows there's no God? No, I don't know if you're certain. Like, so these are comments on YouTube, by the way. If you want to see me in high def, you can watch me on YouTube too. I'm streaming there as well. But yeah, if you could clarify, So you know, are you certain there is no God, or you're just like, there's no proof of it, so I can't believe in it, kind of thing? My journey says how to deal with your girl cheating. There's a number of ways you can deal with this. One way, which no one likes hearing, is forgiveness. Does that mean you continue being with them? I don't think so, but it's good for your soul, or it's good for you personally, mentally, if you can forgive them and move on. The other thing is to stay together, which I can imagine myself doing, but that's a personal decision for you. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, in yeah. So I don't really know if I could give you much. All I could tell you is what I would do, and you have to decide for yourself what you're capable of doing. If they do cheat and you do walk away, learn to forgive them. It is what it is. It is what it is. Can't really undo it. If you do stay, you still have to forgive them, or I guess you would still have to figure out how to forgive them. Otherwise, the relationship's doomed. So, but it's kind of one of those things that are like foundational. Once it happens, you can't really undo it. So I don't know if you can reconcile a relationship like that after something like that's happened. You're describing a phenom- phenomenological experience. It's not falsifiable. A judgment can't be made. No, I just don't believe he exists. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. It's a belief rather than a fact, an opinion. Yeah. You can end a relationship with the person God put you with. I mean, if there's infidelity, yes. Literally, it's the one out. If it's a Christian relationship, yeah, the one out is adultery. So it sucks. It really sucks. And now, does that mean you get to be with somebody else? I don't know. Because, like, if that's the person you're supposed to be with. But at the same time, like, would God put you with somebody who cheated on you, who committed that thing that let you out of that marriage? That's a tough one. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are after. I still have to read. Kirko. Oh, you added more to your name. Nice. Ibn La Ahad. Interesting. An opinion? Yeah. Well, what's good, bro? I might be working on some hardware soon. Uh, my Someone talked to me about this idea for like Bluetooth speakers, and I kind of have to I have some ESP32 boards, but I needed. Turns out those standard Bluetooth modules that you can use for these boards were just receivers. They can't send audio information, so you have to get special ones that are designed for audio, and they're a little more expensive. But I mean, if I can get these to connect to the ESP32 board, then I'll be able to send multiple audio Bluetooth signals, which will be interesting, which you can't do on the regular Bluetooth protocol. It's like a one-way type of communication thing. Man, I don't know. Bluetooth. Did you know Bluetooth and Wi-Fi operate on the same frequencies, except just the channel splits are different. So they aren't compatible in that sense. Let's see. Two outs, the other is death. Oh yeah, that's true. And if homie that cheats dies unexpectedly, well, shrug. Whoa, what does that mean? Is that like a subtle thing? Is that a subtle thing you're saying? Um, but yeah, just got finished undervolting my laptop. That would be fire. Dude, like, I don't like the solution though. That's the thing. Like putting a couple of Bluetooth audio transmitters into a board. It's not I don't know. It's a very inelegant solution, but I can't imagine it not working. I saw a YouTube tutorial of a guy getting it to work with one, so I figure if I can connect two, then I have two Bluetooth signals that are sending the same audio signal. You can imagine how useful that could be, especially if you're having compatible speakers or different brands. Because here's the thing. I've shared this idea on social media on my other account, the tech account, and this is not even my idea. It's someone close to me who came up with this idea, and I was like, man, I've been thinking about it. I just couldn't fit. At first, I tried to use Bluetooth dongles and Raspberry Pi. For whatever reason, the Raspberry OS has driver issues when it comes to Bluetooth. because it's just Linux based, whatever. And I just like could not get it to work. I spent hours and hours trying to get this thing to work, and I can't even get the Bluetooth to connect. So I was like, all right, this is not the path. And then going deeper into the Bluetooth stuff, thinking, all right, well, could I use these chips? They're affordable, because I'm thinking about like the design of it, because I made a video on the other account explaining like, wouldn't it be cool if you could send the same audio signal to multiple Bluetooth speakers? That would be so useful. Right now, the only way you could do it is if all the speakers are of the same brand, and the brand actually has some sort of software or something to manage that. But if they're different speakers, as you can imagine, people over time collect different speakers for different rooms and stuff, doesn't necessarily work. There's no way to, and then Bluetooth is like a one-way type of thing. You can connect to multiple devices, but you can only stream to one audio device at a time, which sucks. And so I'm like, oh, what if I just literally put two transmitters on ESP32, using the ESP32 board, send an audio signal, or maybe even connect to the Bluetooth board via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. I don't know what the final design is going to look like. This is just a concept, just a concept to see that it can actually work. If I can send the same audio signal to multiple Bluetooth speakers of different brands, then that could be a product. And then that's a whole other thing, but whatever. It's not easy is what I'm saying. Are you disclosing proprietary information? No, I'm not. Like, I've shared it before. This is not easy to do. I don't even know if it'll work. I mean, just spending his Sunday disclosing someone's retirement, generational security plan is all, no, it's not. Other people have had this idea, just no one's decided to build it because it's hard, because the Bluetooth protocol doesn't support it. So you have to do this like janky way of doing it. It's not an elegant solution is what I'm saying. But yeah. Damn, is there not a port for Bluetooth in a Raspberry OS? What do you mean port? Like, it's Bluetooth capable. It has Bluetooth on it. You can plug in a Bluetooth USB dongle, but for whatever reason, the Linux distro has it. I don't know what is wrong with it, but whatever drivers or software it just doesn't connect. It can pair, but it can't actually connect and send audio for whatever reason. I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, I don't care to understand this OS deep enough, going through the C code to understand how any of this works. So I was just like, yeah, all right, this is way more complicated. This would be easier. If I can get this to work, it would make the product, depending on the number of speakers, so you'd need as many Bluetooth, I think they call them transceivers or transmitters, as speakers you want to connect to. Now, I think a good number is like 3. So that would make the product cost about $10 to manufacture, just buying it, the chips. And then you'd have to build a container for it and then wire it all up and then make sure there's a whole thing. I would definitely have to find some electronic engineer out there who can put these chips on one board and then maybe go to like build my own board or whatever. But I don't even want to think about that because that's a lot of work. I don't. Yeah, I'm too nervous to cold approach right now. Do you cold approach? No, I don't. I did online dating a lot though, so I would consider that. Like, I had a lot of success with that. I'm not a bar type of person. I don't go out and I don't care to talk to people randomly. I don't do that on a daily basis, so I never did. So I was pretty much exclusive online dating, and it worked really well for me. True, Raspberry OS is pretty jank, even with simple stuff like DNS. Yeah, that's a multi-year, multi-person effort. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I'm like, I'm not even like, people are so. Here's the thing, like on Jordy here on YouTube says like sharing ideas could be whatever, but like, it's like if anyone could do it, they would. Like, it's a hard thing. This is not an easy thing to pull off, and no manufacturer has the incentive to do it. So it's going to be, and then I don't know. It's just not an easy thing to do. I could share this idea with a ton of people. There's demand for this for sure. On the video I posted on TikTok where I explain this idea is like, wouldn't it be cool if you could connect to multiple Bluetooth speakers and they didn't have to be the same brand? It could just be all around your home. And so like whatever room you walk into, it's playing your music, maybe from your phone or whatever. And yeah, a lot of people want it. And then I looked into it, see if there's anything on the market. The only thing that exists on the market right now is adding Wi-Fi transmitters to existing speakers. So you have to add hardware to the speaker itself. But that's not what I'm trying to do here. What we're trying to do is use the already Bluetooth capability in those speakers to connect to. And so I'm thinking long term, it actually like is a web app on the network, and then you could just, I don't even like, oh man. The reason why it's a multi-person project, because you're like, I think you are going through a bunch of disciplines here. You have to do the software stuff, the hardware stuff, the product design stuff, the packaging stuff, and then also the whole e-commerce stuff. And then that's the marketing stuff is also a thing, which is a big problem to solve, which I haven't even solved yet. So it's like, yeah, it's definitely a multi-year, multi-person effort. That's why open source is important. So eventually some people somewhere can figure it out. Yeah. Yeah. Too many fields for one person to do good enough. Unfortunately, that might be true, which is why like, I think I can build a very barely functioning prototype. And then I would probably work with the person who came up with the idea to, I think I could fund it. It's just like, they would, and pricing and all that. It's a hard thing to do. You heard about the rapper Fulio? No, I haven't. Is that a rapper or is it just like trolling me right now? Fulio. Oh. Shot in, whoa. Florida rapper Fulio, shot, Tampa hotel. He is no longer with us, people. Pocahontas is a funny name though. Shout out to Elizabeth Warren. But yeah. So yeah, I think I've been thinking about this idea a lot. Even like something as simple as these wallets here. A lot of R&D to make these. A lot of R&D. Turns out one of my customers managed to fit. I market these for 12 bills up to 8 cards in these thin minimalist wallets. And this guy somehow managed to put 40 bills and 11 cards. And I'm like, yo. And it worked. It still works. And I'm like, yo, I didn't intend it, but I like that it's that durable. So that's cool. So like product design is really hard because it's not even just the product, it's the packaging too, and figuring out the economics of it all so that it's actually profitable, which I know that's a weird word to hear, especially in the software space, because these people don't actually care about making money now. They care about making money 10 years from now. So they're like, it's okay if we lose money. It's just like, yo, it's crazy. Bro stress tested the wall. For sure, he sent me the video too. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. It's like a thick thing, but it's literally that thick. It's like so much cards and money in there. I gotta send the guy a new one. But I've been experimenting to see if I can like make this out of not just the material I use, but out of any material. And so I've been experimenting with stuff. Do you think AI will replace a lot of software engineers? I don't think so. Because like the hard thing about software engineering is like, I don't know. Like, here's the thing. We have Kirko here. He does a bunch of software, electronics stuff, whatever. But like when it comes to problem solving, it's not usually exactly what you've done before. It's usually like trying to piece together a solution from things that people have already figured out. Like even with this Bluetooth stuff I was talking about, like, first of all, AI couldn't tell me this could be a good product idea. They couldn't, it wouldn't, because no one's ever done it before to work across a range of different product manufacturers of speakers. I don't think so. On top of that, it can't tell me like the best way to solve this problem. I came up with the solution of using this really inelegant approach of using all these Bluetooth chips connected to one microcontroller. Like, okay, and then can it write the code for me? I mean, someone put together a library on GitHub that I will be using, that I will be referencing for the @commands, but I have to put the thing together so that I can transmit the audio to these two chips at the same time. And then I'm sure timing is going to be a problem with this too, because I imagine there might be a delay. So carbon fiber weave wallets would go crazy. Yeah. You know what? You even go crazier? Carbon fiber with Kevlar weave, because you get the little yellow from the Kevlar. I used to. This looks like it's not carbon. It looks kind of carbon, but it's not. This is the regular. This is actually the regular material I use. If this is what you're referencing, it's not carbon, but it has a cool weave pattern on there. But Teflon is. I'm thinking from the marketing point of view, because like if you can say it's Teflon, or no, not Teflon, Kevlar. It's like technically bulletproof. I wouldn't recommend it, but it should stop a bullet. Not that you need a wallet to do that. I don't know. And I was thinking, like, this is up your lane, Kirko, right? Like, I was thinking, like, why do wallets have to be just this one thing that you own? Why can't you have a suite of wallets? I think I might have brought this up before, but like, I got different colors. What if you can switch it out for how you're feeling? Like, this is a red day, and I put all my stuff in the red wallet. Or this is my green wallet. And this is my black wallet when I'm feeling like I'm on that black suit, black tie, black shirt, all black with that little, and then you got the black wallet in the chest pocket because it's thin enough to put in the chest pocket kind of thing. You switch it out like ties. So that's what I'm thinking would be really cool. So that's what I'm thinking. Like what if we make a whole new category of fashion that people didn't even consider? You know, a lot of people don't even think about it. A lot of people in business aren't interested in making new stuff or creating new demand or new behavior. New behavior. Most people are not interested. This is why the common business advice people would give is like sell people anything related to money, relationships, and health, because those are the things people already have demand for. But how about you create something new? Something new people didn't even consider. Like wallets could be a fashion accessory. They are for women. Why not for men? Even rings. Like this here is a copper ring, right? A copper ring. I've been wearing it, got it as a gift. But here's the thing with copper. It's going to turn your skin green because it reacts with the salts and the sweats and in your skin. But if you put a clear coat on it, then you can wear it. And there's this like acrylic clear coat I put on it. You can't tell, but it's there. And so I've been wearing it. Cool. But I was thinking like, and it's a split ring too, which I even prefer, by the way, because your fingers actually stretch over the course of a day, depending on what you're doing. If you're active, a lot of blood running to your hands makes your fingers a little thicker. Or if you're really cold, blood goes away from your hands, and so it's actually thinner. And so like, what if you had like a reactive ring, and that's what the split does? It wasn't the intent of the designer we bought it from, but I mean, I think it makes sense for modern jewelry. So like, why can't, maybe I can even sell rings. And then I was even thinking like, if you ever seen fly fishing, so people make their own baits where they take a hook and then they wrap it to make it look like an insect or something. So they'll wrap it with like a black cord or whatever. Then they'll put like some aluminum strip on there, wrap that in there or whatever. And then maybe put a fly or a peacock feather in there and then wrap it or whatever. And so I was thinking like, yo, what if you built a ring like that? Like a men's ring. So you use a base of like stainless steel or whatever. And then you fly fished, basically made your own fly. And you can make it in real time. You can make it custom, whatever. You can add whatever you want into it. Or you can even wrap it with carbon. So you can make a carbon ring with a stainless steel core that's split for safety, which is good. So it can come off easily. But I'm just thinking that would be cool as like an accessory item. Or wrap it with excess material from the wallet. And so you can have a matching ring with your wallet. Would be pretty cool. I'm thinking like accessories are where it's at. Accessories, man. That would be fire too. Treating it more of an accessory, adaptive jewelry. Yeah, that would be really cool. Adaptive jewelry is that's the term, bro. That's the term. Should I take math camps before getting into engineering? Just take classes at your local community college. That's what I did. I ended up taking the whole calculus series while I was in high school at the local community college. And yeah, it's cool because you're going to be in classrooms full of adults, basically people older than you if you're in high school. And if you're in the right area, like where I was, the state will actually pay for your attendance. So you don't even have to come out of pocket for any of that money. And it's a class full of people who are eager to learn because people are paying to be there. So you get the taste of college while you're in high school in a classroom full of people who actually want to learn. And you get to, and if you're in the right state, so for me, it was in California, they have this whole University of California has this whole program with local community colleges that certain courses are transferable. And so those math classes ended up transferring to the school I ended up going to, the university I ended up going to. So I essentially, because of the credits I racked up, I got admitted technically as a sophomore right after high school. It's pretty cool. So is it in Germany? I don't know. I don't know if Germany has, I feel like the Germans are smart enough to have something like that. But yeah, I don't know about Germany, dog. I'm sorry. Accessorizing, yeah. I think it would be pretty cool. Like, I couldn't attend in person, but I did classes online. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no problem, man. Good luck, dude. More engineers in the world is always good. German engineers especially, because they make good stuff, but they just don't design it for people, how people will use it. So their design envelopes are very tight, is what I would say. It's not that they have bad cars, it's that you have to maintain their cars, German cars, and people don't, because people don't really take care of their machines. So no wonder they break down and stuff. So yeah. It's funny, someone asked me like what my, I think they were in high school too, they were asking like, what was your grade point average, what was all that stuff, and did you do any extracurricular activities, whatever. The only thing I had that was of note on my college application was these college classes. So if you can get it, it'd be awesome. And I do recommend, if you are in the state of California, I don't know who would be watching the replay, anyone on YouTube, if consider taking community college courses. Like, it really is worth it. I got work in the morning though. I'll see you later. Peace. Yeah, see you later, Kriko. It was nice seeing you here. I don't know if I even have much more to add. I only planned on being here for an hour, so I really want to go on a long walk today. I like to go on a lot of long walks. Even then, people even asked me, like in one of these YouTube or Instagram videos, when I was initially promoted the wallet design, like literally 3 months ago, I put it in my side pocket. You barely see it, whatever. And I really like these pants, and I get them from Marshall's. And it's cool because it's a synthetic material, but it stretches. And I've logged hundreds of miles in these pants. Literally, I walk with pants, and no tearing, no fraying, no like wearing away in the groin as they typically might. These, I don't know, they're great pants at a very affordable price for like $16 or something. But the Marshall near me doesn't actually have them in stock. And so I actually found the supplier and reached out to them. I'm like, yo, do you know where I could get these? They're not at my local Marshall's. And they're like, actually, they should be there. So maybe it was the store I went to that just was out of stock, or they just didn't have them in stock. But they're like, if you're interested in bulk orders, let me know. I was like, ooh, do I really want to get into the clothing business? That could be kind of cool. I'm weirdly, with all these ideas, starting with the wallet and then possibly getting into rings. Who knows? That's a future thing. Maybe next year. But like, who knows where this can go? Maybe I'm accidentally falling into this like men's brand. And then I'm like, I don't know if Table Moment's good branding for this. Because like, what does Table Moments have anything to do with clothes and accessories? I think the real hack is accessories. Clothing is harder because of sizing. And so if people get the wrong size of clothes, or it doesn't fit right, or it doesn't meet their expectations, they'll return it, and shipping is expensive. So you're going to lose your shirt, pun intended, on the shipping costs. So I don't think clothing is a good business unless you can charge a lot. And I don't care to charge people $50 for a t-shirt. But accessories, on the other hand, like a wallet's a wallet. I size this for American currency, so everyone gets the same size wallet unless you request a different one. I've made a different currency, but that was on personal request. But rings, I think here's the sometimes I think I should work in operations sometimes for some of these bigger companies, because the biggest wallet company in the world probably might be Ridge Wallets. They got into the ring business, and it kind of does not make any sense to me why they don't sell why they don't offer free ring sizers with every wallet order. It would only cost them 17 cents per order, and it's an easy upsell. And if people can measure themselves, you're going to dramatically reduce the return rate if they missize themselves. Like, come on, this is easy business. It's just like I don't have scale yet, so I can't try it out myself. But like, I might even start including like ring sizers with these wallet orders. I should do that. Bruv, let me up, free me. All right, yeah, you want to come up, Arira? Let's see. Did you put in the request? Put in the request. I don't even know. Yeah, let me take a break from talking. I'm gonna end on you. Oh, this account is banned. All right, come back with your free account, and then I'll end on YouTube. Or I wonder if I can like, I'd have to unplug. No, how do I do this? No, there's no way I could share this with you guys. So I'm gonna call it quits on YouTube and Twitch. Appreciate you guys watching, everyone, supportive. Really appreciate it. If you want to continue watching, I'm gonna be on TikTok for however long. I don't plan on being on that much longer. It's 10:46 here, so. But thanks for watching. I think I'm gonna go. I always say this. I'm gonna go live more frequently, but I want to get into gaming. I actually want to get. I've been missing these old PS2 games. These old PS2 games I used to play, like SSX, NBA Street, like FIFA Street, all those games. Like, so I kind of want to bring that back, and I think I might be able to find an emulator for the PC, and it would be cool to actually, like, if I'm going to play these games, I'd rather make some content at the same time. So, yeah, possibly coming soon. We'll see. Boo. Sims. I'd never played Sims, but I think that'd be interesting. I like old games though. Midnight Club 3. Oh yeah, Midnight Club. I forgot that. The PS2 era was so good. It was so good. I miss those. The N64 era was great too. Like, screw all these new games. I want to bring that back. So it'd be cool if I could Twitch on there. Wait, no. I'm closing off. I'm closing off here. So, give me like 2 minutes to close off on YouTube. I know. I see you. Let me just close off on YouTube. I'm just ending with these guys on YouTube and Twitch. Okay. So I'll be on TikTok right now with formerly Arira. Now I gotta call her Sona. Oh my God, you actually said PSP. I'm gonna let you sit with that L, but Spyro, yeah. Oh, so many good games. So it'd be cool to bring that, and then maybe if we can, yeah, we'll see. But Crash Bandicoot, yeah, so many things. All right, guys. Goodbye on YouTube. Goodbye on Twitch. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye. All right.